Hey friends, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Savana. I am the owner and operator of Pause and Relax mobile pet grooming and Reiki services. And today I'm going to be giving you my top advice for new pet groomers. Okay guys, before we get into my advice for new pet groomers, I just want to touch on my last video. I showed a bit of this dog Jax being groomed. My two daughters reacted to his groom. Pretty cool, hey?
That's Harry.
That's so but you couldn't really see the groom. It was up in the corner of the screen, so I thought I would give this video another feature. If you guys are interested in seeing that video or also how I groom Shelties, I will link those both for you guys. Now let's get started. So at the time of filming this video, it is 2023 and I went to grooming school in 2013. So I've been a professional pet groomer for 10 years, owning my own business since November 2019. In this video, the advice is just going to be general. There will be a separate video talking about actual grooming tips for new pet groomers. Alrighty, so these tips are in no particular order. I'm just going to go through them how I have them written down in my notes as they came to my mind. So the very first one I have written is mastering your craft will take time. When I wrote this one down, it just reminded me of when I first started grooming school, getting my hands on a dog and actually doing my very first grooms, a full groom on like say a little Shih Tzu, a very basic bath full haircut. I think took me something like 4 hours. Sometimes I would have instructors help. Sometimes there was other students working on the same dog as me. And now that same dog would take me about an hour and a half. So that is a big time difference. Now I can get done 2 full grooms and maybe another bath dog in the same amount of time. So if you are just starting off as a pet groomer, you might be really antsy to increase your speed so you can get more dogs done. In the grooming world, generally time equals money if you're getting paid commission or if you're working for yourself. So I understand how frustrating it can be for a groom to take so long, but just know that mastering your craft will take time, but you'll get there. Grooming is a hands-on career, so the more grooms you do, the more you're going to learn and the faster you eventually will become. My next piece of advice is to know your worth with clients and employers. So this can go both for if you are employed by somebody or self-employed. Now what I mean by this is don't let them walk all over you. Just because you are new and you're just starting out in this career doesn't mean that you can't have boundaries with both clients and your employers. At all times you should feel comfortable. You should be able to stop a dog if they're trying to bite you and you feel scared, or if you just don't feel comfortable shaving down a matted dog, you have a bad feeling. I am a big person that believes in gut feelings. Follow that and go with it. If your clients or employers don't understand the boundaries that you have set for yourself and how you work, then they are not for you. You need to cut ties with them. My next piece of advice, springboarding off of knowing your worth, is also to price your worth. Now, this can be something that's very hard for new pet groomers to do. You feel as though maybe your groom isn't as good as the groomer beside you, the groomer down the street, but I can assure you that it is a lot harder to raise your prices later on. So make sure that you price your worth. Look into the grooming prices in your area, what everybody else is charging, and do some soul searching and also do some budgeting. What works for you? This is especially if you own your own business. Maybe you can do a small discount like $5 off, whatever it is, explaining to your clients that this is just because you might be a little bit slower or you're new, but that soon they will be charged that extra $5. But make sure that you're still charging for your worth and for your time. Time is the most valuable thing in grooming, but also just in life in general. My next piece of advice is just to know that you are going to accidentally cut or hurt a dog or a cat or whatever type of pet you are grooming. I say this a lot in my videos. These pets that we work on are moving targets, and we are using sharp tools. Whether you nick them with your scissors or your clippers, if it's an extremely matted dog and they're going to get hematomas that bleed, bruising, etc., at some point in your career, you're going to accidentally hurt them. And if you are in this career for the right reason, it is going to hurt your heart. You are going to probably have a knot in your stomach contacting that owner, telling them what happened. But unfortunately, this is just the nature of what we do. Eventually, you're accidentally going to hurt a pet, and hopefully, you are surrounded by clients and employers that are understanding. Going off of that, not only are you at some point going to accidentally hurt a pet, but they are probably going to hurt you. Whether that's a dog biting you, a cat scratching you, you pulling a muscle, or who knows what it is, you are probably going to get hurt at some point. Luckily, knock on wood, I have only gotten bit a couple times, nothing major. Lots of the time I say I am really good at reading body language and also dodging bites. But this is probably going to happen to you at some point in your career, and know that that's okay. It happens to all of us. And also, going with that, know that you need to take care of your body. This is a huge piece of advice that I would give all new pet groomers. This is an extremely physical job where you're using the same motions over and over with clippers and scissors. You're doing a lot of heavy lifting, and there's just a lot going on in the day. So you need to take care of your body both during the day, so drinking water, making sure you take a lunch break. I know groomers are notorious for not taking lunch breaks just so they can try to make that extra money, but I encourage you, take the lunch break. Stretching throughout your day can also help, doing yoga outside of work. And one of my top tips for groomers that work full time, when I was working full time, I needed almost monthly massages. I would get my neck, shoulders, arms, hands, and back done. Now, what you get done could be dependent on your body, but I found that that combination worked best for me about monthly. It is important for you to take care of your body if you are wanting to stay in this career long term. My next piece of advice would be to educate your clients and the pets owners. Educate them on why you have to shave them because they're matted. Show them the matting. Show them exactly how to brush their pets, because if not, they're going to be brushing them with a human hairbrush, thinking it's good enough, then getting frustrated with why you have to keep shaving their dog's so matted that it has bruises. How are they supposed to know if we don't educate them? So I encourage you to educate your owners, because it's going to save you a lot of grief and frustration in the long run for both of you. They're also going to respect you a lot more. You are going to be able to build a relationship with them based on trust and being honest. Another piece of advice I would give to new pet groomers would be to know of common medical emergencies in the type of pets that you're working with, and also to get trained in CPR for animals. Now, everybody wants to knock on wood and hope that they don't have a medical emergency while a pet is in their care. But imagine how much better you're going to feel if you feel as prepared as possible. Or if a dog goes into distress and you need to do CPR, at least if that pet does unfortunately pass away or something bad happens, at least you know you tried everything you possibly could. It also looks really good on a resume when you are getting hired, and just to clients in general. It shows how much you care about their pets. It's also going to give you some peace of mind that you have some basic skill set to keep their pets safe. I am going to cover one more piece of advice. I'm sure there's many more that I'm going to think of after this video. If you guys know of any that I haven't covered, please put them in the comments down below so we can help out as many new pet groomers or aspiring pet groomers as we can. Now, there's actually 2 points left on my notepad here, but they kind of go together. The first one that I have written down is humanity over vanity. This is one of my favorite sayings in the pet grooming world. And if you're new, what that means is that the most important thing with us grooming these pets is their safety. So we are always going to put their safety and humanity over the vanity of the groom. So we are not going to be doing lots of dematting that pulls on their fur and hurts the pets. We are not going to work long hours on pets just for the sake of vanity and the pet is uncomfortable. Also, I do not accept dogs for last grooms. Sometimes people will try to get their pets groomed one last time before they get euthanized the next day. That pet is not comfortable during that groom. They think they're doing something nice for their pet, but really they're just putting them through a lot of strife. I have a video talking all about how I groom senior pets, so you can check that out if you would like more information on that. But the moral of the story is I am always putting humanity over vanity. Whatever is going to keep those pets safe and comfortable should be put priority over top of how they look in the end. And the last point that goes along with this, I feel, is care over quality. Now, if you're a new pet groomer and you're worried about your quality of your grooms, you're new at this, you're still learning, you're mastering your craft. As I said, it takes time. I want you to know that in grooming school, they told me this and it has always stuck with me, and I've seen this time and time again, and I am a firm believer of this. Owners and pet parents are going to value the care you have for their pets over the quality of your grooming. Over time, you'll get better, especially if you're doing this every single day. Every groom is going to teach you something, and every dog is going to teach you a different lesson, but they can sense, the parents can sense, if you actually care about their pet. A pet parent would way rather leave their pet with a groomer that actually cares, takes the time, cares about their safety, cares about humanity over vanity, instead of with a groomer that might have amazing grooms, but they're just doing it for money. They don't actually care. They're just getting these dogs in and out really quickly, and that's not safe for the pets. So I want to just encourage all of you new pet groomers. I know that you might feel like you're under par, your quality isn't up to par, but if you care, that means so much more, and I honestly strongly believe that. Okay guys, so we have made it through my list of advice for new pet groomers. Like I said, I'm probably going to think of more ideas, and if I do, I will make a part 2 to this, but please leave your ideas down below so we can help everybody out. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below. I do my best to upload videos every single week. If you have any video suggestions, leave them down in the comments. And also, I have a whole playlist talking about how you can become a pet groomer if you are an aspiring pet groomer and you aren't one yet. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching till the end of this video. I really, really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.